We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 80.1 FM, KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and now our World Broadcasting Tag Team Champions of the World and a Cruiserweight Champion.
I'm Ethan.
I'm James.
I'm Rob.
And this is episode 167 of Beyond the Ropes. We are BTR Pro Wrestling Talk. I am your host, Ethan, joined alongside the analyst, James Williams, and producer, Rob Flores. James, you good? What's going on?
I'm just looking at because I'm normally like recording these shows on my phone or whatever. So now that I'm home today and on my webcam, I'm just like testing out my webcam. I don't know.
Nice. Are you acknowledging the tribal chief right here? Right here, over here, right here.
No,
right
don't
there?
get it mistaken. No,
I think you are because you're pointing at him.
No, that's what you wish happened. Rob, what did you say? Oh,
look at Rob. He acknowledged his tribal chief.
I said, does James have a background in his seat? Because the seat looks like it has a background instead of the green screen.
I think it's a blanket.
It's like a towel thing. It's a tie-dye towel, and then I just put it on there. I don't know, to change up the work a little bit, change it out of the seat a little bit, just change it up.
There you go. Well, we're changing it up. Our schedule is a little different tonight. We're recording Tuesday evening. So I'm sure this will be out within the next, hopefully, few days. We'll figure it out. So we're going to call it in the ring. Rob, he's still dressed up like it's Halloween. It's not Halloween.
Wait, first
anymore.
of all, what did you guys do for Halloween? And what were you?
I was James, aka Clown. No, I mean I was gonna wear my.
Imagine lying to these people.
I was gonna wear my Shawn Michaels outfit. I got a Shawn Michaels outfit from Chalkline.
Jesus, keep it in the thing.
Come on,
Chalkline.
No,
okay.
no,
I thought you had actual chaps and stuff. I was like, oh man, I don't.
Not yet. They haven't released those yet. But Chalkline has a nice jacket and
I didn't know. Did I know you had this?
The pants.
I think I knew that.
No one knew that. I don't think.
Is this breaking news?
Breaking news, but I didn't wear it.
Breaking news on the podcast?
That's still not worn. Still not worn. Maybe next year. But what did you do, James?
Worked.
You were booked. Hold on. Before we move on, you made an announcement last week about you got another job opportunity. I don't know if you mentioned it on the show.
I didn't mention it on the show, but no. I had an opportunity to go to Mississippi, but I decided to stay here. California, Mississippi. Anyways, it was a great offer with some great folks that I'm familiar with, but I just couldn't be that much farther away from both Ethan and Rob that I just had to stay. So I was like, look, guys, I can't do it.
And I believe you got a new title as well. You got you got a push.
Yes. So I stay. Yeah, that's absolutely right. I did stay. I did decide to stay, and I'm getting a push. That is true. So we're making a push. We're climbing up the ladder, and we're reaching for the briefcase over here. On this side of things.
Follow me on Twitter at EthanM95. I acknowledged that I gave him the good old Ethan rub over there. Put him on the map over here. So what we like to call it, just bring people up to my level.
Oh Jesus. This show is already full of lies and we're 3 minutes in. Can you believe?
No,
but yes. I do appreciate you guys' support and everything along the way. You guys you've been awesome.
So congrats to James over here.
Wow, thanks.
There you go. Now, if only you can acknowledge your tribal chief.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Be there.
That's not gonna happen. Don't push it.
Shame. Rob, I
would acknowledge Doink the Clown before I acknowledge Roman Reigns as my tribal chief.
You telling me you're not Doink the Clown?
No, but I mean, I think I'd be a good Doink the Clown.
Possibly. This show's off the rails. or Rob, I know you had some interesting plans on Halloween. How'd that go?
Went to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and
Okay.
Where did it take place?
in the Commerce Casino.
Nice. Passed by there many
Mm.
times. Never been in. What happened?
You
Tell us the
need to go
card.
gamble.
So
Yeah, who was on the card?
I didn't know it was like a full-on television taping,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's interesting the process. I think it was as if they recorded like maybe 3 episodes.
There you go.
It probably, yeah. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised by that. I think I've seen this on TV, like,
I've seen it on TV
it's
for
like on a
sure.
local channel, right?
Mhm.
Like, it
It's like a
wasn't,
channel 50 something, I think, for
yeah,
me.
wasn't
Like,
isn't this where Cole Cabana was, or wasn't he on this show? I feel it seems like really familiar. It's like a red and blue logo, right?
Yeah, it's like 1 a.m. in the morning type of show.
Yeah, I feel like
on
I've
Saturdays, I
heard of
think
this
on
before.
weekends
Yeah.
they would air it. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
check your local
And
listings. But tell us your experience.
I was very surprised actually because well, first the opening was this character that um I guess was Halloween themed. So this character he had an Englishman accent, but he had a luchador mask, but he had a costume on top of his already, costume self as a
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange. But
Mm.
basically they aired a little promo where EC3 cuts one on him saying he's gonna
Mm.
see him in November, back when they return over there.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So EC3 is in the company. Okay.
hmm
Was there any other familiar names that you recall?
No, but I was surprised, that they're gonna have some kind of big event on November.
Nice. There you
Is
go.
this was were there any cool high spots, or was there anything like, and what was the production of it like? Just, I mean,
It felt like
for
an
them to film
NWA
3
type of
episodes,
studio setting.
NWA.
okay,
Yeah. Okay.
like a NWA Power kind of situation.
Yeah, and it was very interesting because there was this 2 tag teams kind of stood out to me. One of them kind of reminds me of like uh, Breezango, kind of.
Breezango. Okay.
Their theme had to do with candy and stuff. And one of them had a cane, and he kind of used the candy cane, the fake candy cane, to shake the ropes to make his opponent fall down. And then another one reminded me of LAX, but they're called the Bodega.
I think I've
Are you
heard of
sure
them.
these weren't like the actual teams?
Yeah, but they reminded me of those gimmicks,
'Cause
like
I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if those were.
I feel like I have heard the Bodega before.
I have heard the
Sounds
bodegas too, I believe.
yeah, it's pretty
Let me
interesting.
Google them.
Wait, he's gonna Google them because I'm like, I wouldn't be totally surprised if that is like LAX and actual Fandango and Breezango or whatever. Because I mean, they're both. I mean, they're not under contract with WWE anymore. So I mean, and that's the thing. They have to change their name a little bit. So
They
and
don't
maybe
look
they.
familiar.
Oh, okay. So it is somebody different.
Yeah, it's somebody different.
Okay. Where's the shot? Where's the shot?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Most of the baby faces though all went over, but I was very interested in the tag match. There was some heels that got over.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
How
How
was
many
the
matches did
crowd?
you-
What was it a big crowd and were they a rowdy crowd or what is a crowd like in 2021? I guess is the question.
Some people did have masks. The only difference is that they had a wristband that they were allowed to drink, and so
Mhm.
sometimes you'd come out of that banquet hall little thing from there and go to outside, go get a drink or something, and go back, sit down and eat. But some people they had their mask back on after or something like that.
Yeah, you're allowed to take your mask
Yeah.
off in
All the
various
production team had
venues.
masks.
Mhm. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's probably your masks were probably required, I would imagine, or whatever the case is. But as long as you're eating or drinking, then you can kind of have your mask off for the time being.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same way at UCLA. So
The big thing they're pushing is this thing called the Red Carpet Rumble. I think it's called. It's similar to the Royal Rumble. The only difference is the last 2 contestants are in a one-on-one match. And that's what EC3 I think is probably gonna go to.
So I think I have the actual lineup here. Correct me if I'm wrong here. So the United World Television Championship, was that defended or?
Yeah, that was a title.
Okay. Because there's a few. Was Max Caster versus Arya Davari one of the matches?
Yeah,
Davari.
it's one of the first ones.
It was. So
You
yeah,
said you don't know people.
Arya Davari,
Well, I
former
mean, yeah, did it one
cruiserweight
time.
in 205 Live, and then Max Caster is currently on AEW, one half of the Acclaimed. He was the
I
one
don't
that
know.
raps. He's the one that raps. That's him.
Oh, is that the one that got in trouble?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
There he was. He was there.
Wow, look at us.
I think those might be the biggest names.
There's another guy there that I think had a one-on-one apparently with Punk or something like that. Some kind of interaction.
Okay. Danny Limelight sounds familiar. He took
He's
on
one of the
Daniel
bodega
Garcia.
people.
Okay. All right. So there was Kevin Martinson versus Ray Rosas. That was one, I believe. Samantha Stone versus Sandra Moon. So some women's action. Daniel Garcia versus Danny Limelight, as I mentioned. And then Papa Esco versus Levi Shapiro with Howdy Price.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Papa Esco is part of the bodega. He's also known as Big King Fat Boy.
There you go.
Interesting. Okay. So was that the card or the entire card or?
Well, the thing is, like I said, there was several tapings, so some of it might have been sporadically mixed.
So this
Yeah.
is just for the Halloween
like,
edition.
One of the tag team
Mhm.
matches had like two guys dressed like Street Fighter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's kind of interesting. I would want to see how that plays out.
For sure. I'm looking to see if they have anything scheduled for next month or this month.
Yeah.
Not
They
seeing
have
Oh
anything.
no, not if they do it
Eventually,
3 shows.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna be the info is gonna be released for that November.
Okay. Hasn't been put out, but let's see the airing schedule here. Here you go. If we're in California, Saturday at 1 a.m. on KDOC in Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh! And then my mom, she had a mask already on, and here she was going like this when the cameras were on. I'm like, "You're wearing a mask, genius! They're gonna recognize
She
you
was
through
hiding.
your eyes."
Oh,
You're gonna be on TV. You're gonna be on TV. Fresno area. It's gonna be MY 53 Saturday at 1 p.m. So they do air it throughout the day on Saturdays, just depending where you live.
that's on KDOC, you said.
KDOC at 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
We can record it. Something,
Cool. Very nice.
So it seems like a fun experience.
Yeah.
Wait,
how big-
what did you have to eat?
Oh no, I didn't eat over there.
Oh, it would have just been the casino stuff, right?
Yeah, I just went there just to watch the show. But the one that EC3 cut a promo on, his name is Gentleman Jarvis.
Okay, that sounds familiar too.
Yeah, he kind of has a mask that looks like one of the Conquistador ones from.
You know what? I think I have seen him before. Interesting. So there you go.
Yeah, and it was
Championship
funny
wrestling.
because he was doing this promo with this other guy, right? That's kind of dressed like him, but he says insults to people, and he had like a rainbow color. He's like, you know what? I'm dressed for Halloween. The most horrific thing on wrestling, NXT 2.0. And they just all started laughing.
How dare he? NXT 2.0 saving professional wrestling, right, James?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
NXT 2.0 saving professional wrestling.
Oh yes, of course.
Mandy
'Cause it's
Rose, are you
definitely-
kidding me? Mandy Rose is champion.
I'm carrying the torch. Apparently,
Apparently.
I mean, it's just new. I'm just not used to it. So I mean, like, just the way they've kind of booked her prior. It just.
Well, speaking of NXT 2.0,
Mhm.
I haven't seen it yet, but rumor has it they're preparing for a potential takeover event happening in December. Not sure if they're going to be calling it takeover still, but apparently that's the intention. So if it's not going to be like the previous takeovers, I don't want them calling it takeover. Now, if they're going to continue with the heavy wrestling, then fine. But I don't know. This is a different NXT. So
I mean, if it's not, it has to be the same. Like, that can't change. I mean, it's like nothing changed. The thing that changes was the logo and
they have shorter
the
matches now.
faces.
They do have shorter matches now. The wrestling isn't the top priority as it used to
I
be.
guess.
Not as big as it used to be, at least.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
So I don't know. So we can expect something happening in December. You caught up a little bit of the NXT. How was it?
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I saw Braun Breaker cut a promo. It sounds just like Scott Steiner. And actually, because the word Steiner was trending. So I think that's just the NXT crowd still trying to rally behind the potential of getting Steiner back in the name for Braun Breaker there. But trying to remember what else there was to take away. I'm kind of scrolling through Twitter just to see what the reaction is. Ooh, looks like we had a Johnny Gargano and a Ciampa face off
Mm-hmm.
again. Do we want to see that though?
You just teased it. I mean, why not?
I mean, some people said that's what killed NXT. Some people said that's what made NXT great.
That was one of the best stories
in recent. So, I mean, it's just kind of like, is there a need to rehash it? Especially like, actually, it would almost be silly to rehash it because then you're just calling back to the old NXT, and it's like you would want to kind of move on from that altogether. Like, why are you going to try and hang on to something, you know? But if it's just a nice common little interaction, then that's fine. And it looks like younger Uso, who was named Solo Sikoa, excuse me. He looks like he made his in-ring debut earlier tonight as well. I know we're kind of coming up on a commercial here in a bit. I'm kind of curious if you know anything, don't say it now, but if you know anything about Bray Wyatt, because I know he's been in the news quite a bit. But yeah, it looks like there's a whole lot of Mandy Rose love, and next week Katie Lee Ray looks like she's going to be popping up on TV at NXT.
Bray Wyatt, his 90-day no compete clause ended, I believe, the 29th of October.
Okay. Sounds about right.
He's a free agent.
I'm surprised he didn't show up anywhere though right away. And I think there was like he was spotted with his mask person or something recently.
Yeah, possible. Might be happening soon. Maybe
watch him, and he's going to show up in WWE again. Watch.
I doubt it. I'd be surprised.
We'll talk about someone else who could be on the move in the future here. You want to take us out on this first segment here?
Yeah, when we return, we're going to talk more potential send-off, maybe return. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All that and more right here on Beyond the Ropes. We are 22S Radio. 22S Radio is 22smedia.com and 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3, Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back to episode 167, of Beyond the Ropes. We are BTR, Pro Wrestling Talk. I'm your host, Ethan. You can find me at EthanIV95 on Twitter. You can follow James at
JHW Reporter.
And you can follow Rob at
Rob Flores Media. And don't forget the R2 on Sir Ethan.
It looks like you're building up a little collection over there of Funko Pops.
Who are those people? Oh, that's
Street Profits.
Okay. I thought he had basketball players. I was like,
I got a couple over here. Yeah, I got Diamond Edition Flair right there, hanging out. Controversial.
I just got Bret Hart. That's all I need.
I got Razor and Sean over here too. I gotta get the new DX ones that just came out. They're exclusives, but anyways, let's talk about before we went to break. We were talking about someone who's potentially, you said leaving, right, James?
Oh, not potentially leaving, but I'm just kind of curious to see where things start heading because I feel like maybe we kind of ran into some of this, I don't know, just with Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
He cut a promo. I think there was rumblings or something, right?
He cut a promo, I believe, last night with the quote saying, I don't know if I have to fight for 3 more months or 3 more years.
Yeah, there was something.
His contract comes up in January. That's what's rumored. And of course, WWE contracts tend to be 3 more years. Congratulations.
I was doing the math to make sure 3 months led to January. Don't mind me.
That's our analyst right there doing the math for us.
Go watch it on the YouTube channel and watch me work my way through that one. I'm sure to see.
So yeah, Owens, of course, WWE contracts typically start at 3 years, typically. So obviously that's reference to that real life situation. Is he leaving? I don't know.
I'm just like, let's say Bray Wyatt does go to AEW, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Kevin Owens, let's say, like, that's too much.
It's already too much.
It is already. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's already too much. Like, what, like, it's one thing if you want to get a few guys and kind of, set a base, but at this point, you're just, I don't know. Again, that's just Rob saying Bray heavy rumor, heavily. You didn't even spell it right, so you make me sound not you didn't spell it right, but you didn't. The rumors of Bray Wyatt going to Impact.
I thought that was Braun Strowman.
That was Braun Strowman, but I mean, we'd be kind of past that rumor by now. I mean, if that's not going to happen now, then what? But the thing is I just don't think that Bray's going to go there. I mean, maybe, but I feel like if you do, like that means no one else will want to do or something. I just think there had to be something. It has to be AEW. Like, I mean, even if it's like I think it's too much. I mean, like if he's not going back to WWE, then why would he? Why would he go to like if it has to be AEW? But I just don't think
it's toss up for sure.
I don't know. Like there's
maybe he just leaves.
There's more. Yeah, okay. Rob, if you're gonna do all this nonsense, turn on your mic because more TV time on Impact, sure. But who's watching it?
I'm recording them, but then I delete them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if it was a matter of TV time, I mean, yeah, you'll be in a match, but at the same time, who's really watching the match? Like that's the thing for me. Like, I don't know. I mean, what kind of money are they making that they can even offer someone a legitimate offer? They could give a legitimate offer to him. That's how hard he got to experiment to create gold. I mean, yeah, but that's Jeff or Matt Hardy after they've kind of did everything I don't want to say could have done, but I just feel like they were at a different point in their career. I feel like right now Bray is in his prime, for whatever that's worth. I think the thing too, there were some more things that came out. I think what was it? Bray's weight might have been an issue. Inconsistent with the weight, maybe.
He was
very hands-on with creative too.
Vocally unhappy with the creative.
I heard he was like in control of the creative. I heard that was all his stuff. So.
Yeah, but there still could be disagreements. So.
I mean, yeah, if you look at the way it ended, WrestleMania, was that a WrestleMania? I mean, that was messy, but I don't know. I just thought it was worth mentioning, like based off that hint, just where do they go from here with Kevin Owens? Like usually, I mean, it's like they could be burying him, but they're not. He's in there with Big E.
He was in there with Big E, or I believe.
He was in there with Big E.
He attacked him, right? Big E attacked him.
He attacked him at the end, but I think that was just Big E not buying into KO because your boy Seth Rollins with his ugly suit was
very stylish.
No, that's an ugly suit. Interfered in that match.
Maybe they were in his way.
Who?
The Big E and Kevin Owens.
I mean, I don't know.
I
just think all I'm saying is I think it's worth just following along to see what happens with Kevin Owens.
I mean, a few weeks ago he was losing to Baron Corbin, so
oof.
I don't know what they're doing with. I mean, if he's involved in the title picture, even if he's not going after the title, Gonna be
Yeah, I
interesting.
mean, like, I
Maybe
don't
they're
think this.
trying to get him to resign. I don't know if they already like know he's on his way out. I don't know.
Maybe, but what has he done in the last like?
Nothing
What has he done in the last
since he lost to
6 months to show he can? It was like WrestleMania, right? He had a like. I really don't know anything notable he's done. Like, and I'm not saying anything against Kevin Owens. Obviously, he's
Mhm.
like great, but I don't know anything notable he's done since the Rollins Owens WrestleMania match where he jumped off the thing. That was like during the pandemic, no?
He lost to Roman Reigns a couple times
When?
late last year, earlier this year.
Mhm. I mean,
Uh,
I do kind of slightly remember it.
that last man standing match at the Rumble. And then he feuded with Sammy at Mania.
Yeah, which there just hasn't been anything notable. Like when he did the suit, like kind of like Jericho did. You win the championship, you start wearing a suit, yada yada. Like he hasn't done anything for me lately, in all honesty. But I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at with Kevin Owens. But we'll see. We'll see what they have planned for him. I just thought it was worth mentioning up. He could have joined the New Day for reals. He could have. I mean, no, not really, not for reals because that just wouldn't work. But
Speaking of the New Day,
yep,
we got someone got knighted in the New
yeah,
Day.
I saw that. That's true.
King
I did see
Woods
that.
officially knighted Kofi Kingston, now Sir Kofi Kingston.
Hmm.
He got a
A big pop from the crowd.
little badge over here of a unicorn, little
That's
like
right. I saw that
pendant.
shiny
He
one.
is officially the hand of the king. So he's basically second in command of the kingdom of the WWE universe. So
I'm kind of curious to see where they go with this angle because I mean, Kobe just had a baby. He didn't have it. His wife had a baby.
not yet. She posted a picture on her Instagram. She was still pregnant.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe like there. That's right. Well, because it was that thing where he announced it not too long ago. But
Mhm.
I know what I guess maybe I thought he did because he stayed home from this for the Saudi Arabia stuff,
Yeah, I mean they just
right?
didn't use them, I guess.
No, I mean that's what part of me would have thought he would have been there. Like
You would
maybe he
think,
just didn't want to
but
go.
yeah,
But
that
no,
too.
but
Well,
but re
she was pregnant,
regardless,
so
well, she's pregnant. Yeah, yeah. So, but I just think is now he taking a step back. Obviously, Big E's doing bigger things. Kofi's kind of like been there a while, just kind of doing his thing. But maybe is this a push for Xavier Woods now of any kind? Like, I mean, what is the potential now that he is the king or whatever? What is the potential for?
well, they faced off against right here. These two guys right here, the tag team champions.
Mhm.
They got the victory. So there it looks like they're going for some tag team gold.
I think this is just a small stepping stone, and we'll set up a I think by the end of this storyline, it's going to be Woods getting the 1, 2, 3 over Roman for the title.
I doubt that. I don't believe
Yeah,
that
I
for
do
1
too.
second.
I do too. I do. I don't know, with a shot. No. Yeah, curious to see where they go with it, but again, it's just to see Woods kind of do something he wanted is awesome.
Got some
Speaking of
nice
which,
gear.
they always got nice gear. But speaking of which, you got Queen Selena Vega doing her thing. I think I saw her get a roll-up win over Nikki. It looked like it might have been a tag team match.
I think it was.
Or I saw Carmella involved in there. I didn't see Rhea during the highlights from what I saw. But yeah, I mean, again, like I've been saying, if you're gonna draft her on Raw, you're gonna bring her in, especially after Aleister Black leaves. You better do
Well, was
something with
kicked out.
her, huh?
Was kicked out.
What do you mean?
Not leaves. Aleister
What?
Black.
Oh, wait, what did Aleister Black almost get kicked out for?
Well, you said he leaves. He didn't. He didn't leave. He was forced out.
Oh, wait, or whatever. Yeah. Um, I actually had just gotten a Twitter question in, from my good friends over at Ganesha Football, Don the head coach over there at Ganesha Football. He asked me, let me find it here.
Is it a wrestling question?
It is a
Oh, you
wrestling
did. You
question.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
He asked why Bray Wyatt got released. We kind of talked about that a little bit, but
Um,
um,
so I mean, we didn't give the real reason why.
we know
Um,
the real reason why.
well, the
I know
one
there
main
was like
reason.
headlines that came out recently, and then because Bray kind of said now he can speak his truth now that he's kind of out of that contract or whatever.
Well, I think they were paying him like $1 million. They felt he was past, I think, his prime. It's, in terms of creative, maybe, they used him up as much as they could.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, they were paying him a lot of money, and those big contracts like the Braun Strowman one,
So it was almost like a Braun Strowman thing.
basically he was earning too much money, and they felt like they had used him enough. So
But
it's basically that.
like, when would he have gotten that deal though? Like,
He's
I
a
don't
very
remember
popular
hearing like,
person.
huh?
He's a very popular individual,
No,
superstar.
I know,
So
but like, you don't hear like for all the times you hear of like, oh, someone's contract's coming up, they might be leaving. Maybe it's now just becoming more of a thing now that AEW's around.
that
But
too.
it's just kind of like I don't remember when Braun got $1 million either, but like when that contract came, but it was just all I don't know, maybe it was they had these deals from when they were all together or as the Wyatt family. I don't know, but maybe after you win the title, you start getting
Hmm.
some of that kind of money too. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, they were putting a lot of money into the creative for him. Um, so yeah,
There was a
I'm
rumor that they were trying to bring the Firefly Funhouse to life, and actually
oh
have him portray the
yeah.
characters. And they had one of the masks made for Huskus, the pig.
Oh really?
Obviously, that never came to fruition. But yeah, it looks like they would have invested a lot more in him.
Wait, so was a Firefly Funhouse only during the pandemic? It
No,
had
it
been around
started before
before,
that.
right?
No, it was
Yeah, because I
beforehand.
remember
Started. Yeah.
I remember the crowds being there. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I just wasn't sure. I guess. Yeah, so that's just kind of the Bray Wyatt thing. I mean, if once you start talking about money again, it's kind of the same thing with Braun. I mean, are those guys worth $1 million? Maybe. Maybe you can make the case for Bray Wyatt, but again, when you have him lose to Goldberg, not much
You
you
got
can
to put
do.
Goldberg over.
Not when you're gonna no. No, you don't. If you have to put Goldberg over, then why bring him back? Because it's not
He's a
like he's
draw.
gonna follow through. No. Yeah, to the king of Saudi Arabia, maybe, but
The Prince. Okay. There's no king.
whoever.
Mansoor is a
Goldberg should
king.
do the right thing like Brock
Do the
do the
honors.
honors.
Goldberg has
Sir,
done
what are
the
you
honors.
doing? Uh, I mean, yeah, I mean,
He put Brock over. I mean,
comparing like bringing Brock into a situation involving Goldberg like isn't like much of a stepping stone one way or another. Like you're not.
speaking of Brock,
Mhm.
he was fined $1 million.
Real life or
I
or
mean,
just because of the yeah,
Adam
yeah,
Pearson. I was
right. No, that's fine. I was just making sure. I would just um I did see that.
our
That's
tribal
just a way to
chief
write him
miss.
off TV, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
suspended. Our tribal chief missed SmackDown because of Brock. How dare he? Luckily, he came out
Mm.
after the show for the fans. There's some video footage. I don't know if you saw Paul Heyman get his hands dirty. Um,
By
he
the
got
boogeyman?
involved in the match.
Oh, wow. And he usually doesn't, right? That's
Well,
what did he
he
do?
actually took off his jacket and he got the tag. He got the hot
Right.
tag.
Oh
You
no.
didn't see the videos? They were out
You gotta
there.
send me the video during the break, or I'll look it up. I
Yeah.
gotta see this. 'Cause Heyman doesn't do anything physical.
Oh, I don't know. He's 5-star classics.
Now, if it was in the Tokyo Dome, I
All
mean,
right.
without a doubt.
Speaking of 5-star classics, John Morrison dressed up as your favorite journalist, sir, Dave Meltzer, and he
Okay, wait. Yeah, something for for the next thing.
Okay.
Carry on.
So John Morrison dressed up as Dave Meltzer and even rated the party that he was at. Go to his Instagram,
Really?
you'll see it. Yeah, I think he gave it 5 stars. He got the 5 stars.
Okay. Well, I'll have a reaction after the break here. You want to take us out?
When we return, we're gonna get James's reaction, as well as I believe he got some news as
Yeah.
well. You can find us at Real BTR Radio on Twitter, Facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes, and we shall be right back right here on episode 167 of Beyond the Ropes. We are 22 West Radio. 22 West Radio is 22westmedia.com and 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach, Los Angeles. Welcome back to episode 167 of Beyond the Ropes. We are BTR Pro Wrestling Talk. Of course, I am your host, Ethan, joined alongside the analyst, James Williams, and producer, Rob Flores. James, you saw that post Jomo
So
gave.
right as we came back, so I clicked on it. At the costume events this past weekend, a bloodbath ensued between Frankie Monet, was it Monet, right? Frankie Monet, myself, and other less crafted costumes. Anyways, he does look like him. I like the hair, and then I like that he does have the stars. He said that Frankie and him both garnered 5.5 stars for their costumes.
They didn't even have to be in the Tokyo Dome.
Didn't even have to be in the Tokyo Dome. But the fact that they still managed to have a star even after that, even without being in Tokyo Dome, impressive.
Impressive. Best Halloween costume there. What else? Well, you picked up something right before we went to break.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
So I just kind of stumbled upon this. I saw John and Renee were trending. So I was like, what's going on? I don't know if you had heard about this, but I'll just read what Tony Khan has tweeted out. He says John Moxley, I guess I had seen John Moxley trending earlier, but he says John Moxley has allowed me to share with you that he is entering an inpatient alcohol treatment program. John is a beloved member of the AEW family. We all stand with him and Renee and all of his family and friends as he shifts his focus to recovery. John is making the brave choice to get help. We're embracing his choice and supporting him however we can. Proud to call John a friend. And like many of you, I'm proud to call John a friend. And like many of you, I'm also a fan of Mox and look forward to a time in the future when he is eventually ready to return to the ring. Until then, thank you for supporting John and respecting his privacy at this time. Obviously, I think, and then he shares the helpline number as well, which I think is awesome.
But I didn't expect that. But there was John Moxley did release a book. He wrote a book, and the book came out, I believe, one of these days because I keep seeing it on my feed. So you can go out to your local bookstore. But there was some quotes that have been shared on Twitter and stuff. And he talked about drinking. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he went into detail about his substance issues or whatever. But yeah, I mean, there were some quotes about that. About he was unhappy with creative in WWE, and he would just like drink. So, I mean, I wonder if WWE is paying for that or what, because I know they do that for all the past stars as well. Like they'll pay for the rehab treatment.
They do, but I would imagine if you're with a company, and Tony Khan, I would think Tony Khan would be kind of doing, he's
not that
statement and whatnot.
They need to, because
no, not that they need to. Yeah, but I think that's it's kind of big of him, obviously, to admit it and say he needs help. I think that's a good sign. And then obviously, if you kind of talk about some of the stuff in his book and whatnot, I think maybe that's kind of an indicator there that maybe people were starting to reach out to him and helped him along with that decision. But regardless, obviously, like Tony Khan mentions, a brave choice to get help, and the fact that he's has that support, I think is awesome. And they just had a baby. I guess maybe it's been some time now, a couple months or a year maybe already.
Not even a few months. I would say it's pretty recent. So,
So I think that probably helps influence a lot of life choices for sure. Regarding getting help and kind of making sure you keep things on track for the betterment of your family and your new baby. So again, to John Moxley, speedy recovery, and I hope everything goes well in that process. So yeah, just wanted to make sure we got that. That was my first kind of.
I've been at work all day, so I didn't realize.
Oh
The
yes,
big
you're
piece
such
of,
a working man. No,
I'm a
it
hardworking
was
individual, sir.
that came out 2 hours. That came out 2 hours ago. So I
Okay.
had just seen that. So yeah, so good to see he's getting the help he needs and whatnot. But
Did Renee say anything about it?
don't
She
know if
has
she
not.
has
She has not said anything.
actually, but she was. I saw not on her radio show podcast that she does with Misha Tate, I believe Misha Tate,
Mm,
the former MMA star. She has a podcast or a serious radio show, I believe, with Renee. And
mm.
I saw they had some gentleman filling in for Renee on that day. I believe this was yesterday, so maybe there's something along those lines with maybe this and her taking some time to support John during that
Yeah, I
process.
mean, she was retweeting stuff about Moxie's book earlier today. So, I mean,
Hmm.
that's really quick stuff. But yeah, wishing him the best. So, might have to check out that book. I'd be going to Barnes and Nobles one of these days. I do know he has like a little excerpt on Brody Lee,
Mm.
and I think he even talked. I think that's where I got the drinking part too, because he didn't want to hear that Brody died or something. So
Mm.
a lot of people took it hard. Um, Speaking
Yeah, I
of
mean,
another,
well, the thing. Go ahead. Go
go
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
ahead,
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
sir. I was going to mention another AEW star, Jim Ross, longtime commentator, on his Grilling with JR podcast, or Grilling JR podcast, said according to his doctors, he's not expected to miss any time due to a skin cancer growth uh, on his above his leg left ankle that recently occurred. Um, he's expected to have radiation therapy, undergo 22 radiation treatments on consecutive days, not need chemotherapy. This was a quote from him. Uh, it's inevitable. It's coming, and I have to deal with it. I haven't found myself buried in Winnetua. I don't know what that is. I don't know if they spelled that wrong. Anyways, he's not expected to miss any work. It's just a matter of dealing with the issues, gritting your teeth, and moving on. That's kind of what I'm doing. I didn't get the worst kind of skin cancer, whatever that is. I don't have it. It's one of those deals. It's part of the journey. You have to deal with it, and all that. Basically, he was evaluated um, second round. So he was diagnosed in 2016 and had surgery in 2018. So
For this same thing before?
mhm.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that.
um,
Speedy
well wishes
recovery to
to
JR, yeah.
well wishes for him as well.
Hmm.
So it's he also apparently said, what is, I don't know if this is legit or not. This comes from notq.com.
There, yeah.
Apparently he's opening a cannabis farm.
I heard something about that, yeah.
If I can
I
get
did hear
this up, it's not loading. See if
I
I can
did hear
get it.
about that from Aaron Rift and the good guys over there at nodq.com. I used to watch their videos back in the day.
Really?
Hmm.
I don't think I've really gotten anything from them.
10. Well, RVDB was seen walking there. I mean, I don't even know what RVD is doing nowadays. Is he working anything?
I can't look up anything on my internet. I don't
What do
understand.
you? Oh, the cannabis thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hang on, Biff. Oh, I didn't spell cannabis right. Jim Ross opening cannabis. Yeah, so here it is from WrestlingNews.co, not com, but co. On the latest episode of Grilling JR, Jim Ross gave an update on the Black Hat Farms cannabis venture. Here's the story. My daughter and her husband are creating the business. They created the business plan. They created everything in that regard. I bought some land.
There you go.
To buy some grow houses on, and I funded them the seed money to get this thing started. That's
Right.
going to be hopefully my involvement. Okay, so maybe a little more extreme than people were making it out to maybe
I
be.
thought it was him directly, but he just put in some
Yeah,
money.
I mean, it's not that it's gonna be front and center like it was his barbecue sauce or something, but
Still need to
yeah,
try
I
that
mean,
barbecue sauce. We should do a live
we
review.
should. I never
Gotta order it.
have we ever. Yeah, you probably got to order it. I don't know where you would order it
It's
anymore.
not available in stores. It's got to be through his website, I think.
Hmm.
WWE used to have it on their website.
Yeah.
Obviously, since their relationship ended, I think it's just on his site. So we'll have to do a live taste test.
And have we heard anything on old Charlotte Flair? I'm actually clicking on an article here, but
No, haven't heard
she was in
anything
the
new.
ring working. She was working in the ring with somebody this week. I'm trying to remember
Shotzi
what
Blackheart.
with Shotzi Blackheart. This is from October 29th. So, oh, so Charlotte Flair is backstage for tonight's episode of SmackDown. So this happened already. So it looks like there's no repercussions from the incident with Becky Lynch last week. Okay, so that's a little bit of news there. Unless the script changes, Flair is scheduled to wrestle in the first hour, and Flair began a feud with Banks last week, so it's likely that Banks will be involved. Then I would assume, because I know Becky and Belair had a match.
Becky getting
Are they?
another W there.
Yeah, but they're on separate shows now, right? So it's not like they would have to keep them on separate hours or keep them apart anymore, right? So that's not a thing. I just kind of thought that where maybe that was headed. So yeah, they need Bailey to kind of hold all this stuff back together because I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of weird that the four horsewomen are going through these issues.
I mean, didn't the Horsemen go through some issues as well?
Yeah, I mean they're still going through issues, but I don't know. So yeah,
Survivor Series is coming up.
Survivor Series is coming up. I do have something I do want to mention real quick though.
Go ahead.
I think we've kind of talked about it before, but are we getting a Rey Mysterio Dom split here soon sometime?
I think they've been building that up for a few months, yeah.
Because Rey had a match with Austin Theory. Nice little spot where Dominic is kind of kicking the legs of Rey Mysterio and kind of starting up a spinning DDT there on Austin Theory. I thought that was kind of interesting. But no, so Dominic interferes, slapping Austin Theory or punching him, whichever. Before the 619. But I guess he did like right in front of the referee because I see the referee like pretty much saying like, "What are you doing?" and calls for the bell. And yeah, so I guess I remember you mentioned before some other time in which Ray had a match kind of go out of favor.
Distracted him. Yeah.
Yeah. So curious to see where they go with that. But I think like you said, with Summer or Survivor Series coming up, maybe that's kind of one of the matches that they could kind of feature during that, maybe. But when do we start talking about Rey Mysterio getting close to retirement? That would maybe be kind of soon. I would think maybe a feud like that to kind of end it. Put him in the Hall of Fame.
Another 10 or 20 years, I think,
I mean, why not? I mean, how old is Ray at this point?
40 something.
Okay.
He still moves the same like he did 20 years ago.
No, he does not. No, he does not.
Yeah, he does. Are you kidding
When's
me?
the last time you seen that man do a Hurricanrana?
He did it recently. He does them pretty regularly.
He doesn't move like he did in WCW. I'll tell you that much. But
No,
I mean, but the
20
fact that
years
he can,
ago, he was in WWE. Almost 20 years.
was he really?
2002. Almost 20 years.
Yikes!
So he's still
That's
moving.
a long time.
Yeah.
I'm
So
getting old.
yeah, you are.
I'm trying to think what else.
Survivor
Oh.
Series is coming up. The Rock's
No,
25th
wait.
anniversary, sir.
The Rock's 25th anniversary.
Is he showing up at Survivor
I know.
Series?
No. Maybe.
Too busy?
Maybe.
He's
If it's
filming a
25th
movie, I think.
anniversary, maybe there's a chance.
They are mentioning it on social media. So
Where's Survivor Series supposed to be at? I know they kind of came out with the schedule and it's going to be on a Saturday. Is that one of the Saturday ones? Or that's for next year, right?
either in Boston or New York right now.
I'll look it up.
Might be in Brooklyn. You're looking
Brooklyn,
that up.
yeah. It's in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay. You can probably show up for that.
Yeah, right. Oh, The Rock. I thought he meant you. I was like, you're not doing that.
Hmm?
I thought you were saying you were gonna go.
I might.
No, you're not.
You can buy my tickets?
No. What I was gonna mention, and I saw it written somewhere, and I actually seen the clip where almost made his way down to the ring during a tag team match,
Doesn't
or
like
maybe
those
a
Street
one-on-one
Profits.
match. Huh?
I don't think he likes the Street Profits very much.
Yeah, he doesn't like the Street Profit, but then Riddle got involved and started attacking him after. But the thing I saw was AJ Styles has apparently been missing for 2 weeks, and I meant to click on the article or something, but I didn't. I got distracted.
Did he get a little flu? Did he get a little
Is that what he is? Is
little sick?
he
Little sick?
where does he stand on the vax?
Oh, I can.
Is he
I'll put all my chips on him not being
AJ Styles reportedly out of
okay.
action with non-injury medical issue,
Uh-huh.
and he's been out for 2 weeks.
See who shows up next week. If he shows up next week, we know why he missed.
Yeah. I mean that's
Non-injury medical.
let's see.
Yeah.
Did he do
He's been on
has it
social
had
media
its own
too.
match since Crown Jewel? Because it's rarely been mentioned on TV. But was AJ at Saudi Arabia?
That was the last time. So it happened probably right after.
Yeah, possibly. When you're gonna go into the airports and stuff, or maybe he just had a little vacation time. I don't know after Saudi, but
all right. We're coming up on time here. Wrapping up this week's episode. You can once again find us on Twitter at Ethan95. You can follow James at.
You can follow me at JHW Reporter.
You can follow Rob at
Rob Flores Media.
And you can follow the show at Real BTR Radio. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes, and YouTube. So find us on YouTube, Beyond the Ropes. You'll find 166 episodes currently uploaded. It's a lot of episodes there. 8 seasons currently. We're stacked.
I have a question. Real quick. What is everyone's favorite candy?
Skittles.
Snickers. Go ahead, Rob.
And we're talking chocolate
Yeah.
specifically.
I'm just talking about candy in general. What'd you say, Rob?
Rocky Road. It's like
Favorite
marshmallow
candy.
and chocolate.
Yeah, that is a Rocky Road is candy, right?
It is a candy. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I think it is, but it's
It's also an ice cream flavor.
it definitely is an ice cream flavor. Yeah. Anyways, speaking of candy and things that are sweet, this episode
Has been absolutely too sweet.
too sweet, and Roman Reigns is a big meanie head.